Wait, there's a few bits that we've missed here. So we arrived in Adelaide earlier than our original plan, giving us a few days to actually chill out, which to be honest was much needed after the few days of driving. We stayed just next to West End Beach, which is just outside of the city, but we still managed to actually go into the city, check out a few spots and also the markets. So many different things there. We actually bought a few books, which Meg can't get English books over in China, and so she literally got a suitcase full. But then the rest of the day and the day after was actually us just chilling out with our little camp setup. So after a few days in Adelaide, it was actually time to start our journey back to Melbourne. We were taking the more inland route because it was actually quicker, and so it would be less driving for the two of us, but also it meant that we'd see different scenery compared to what we saw on our way to Adelaide. We nearly died on the side of a road.
We didn't nearly die.
We did. Because, what? Well, tell them.
I wanted to take a photo of a Land Rover on a boat.
It wasn't even a proper Land Rover.
It is, it's an old one. It's an old... what's it called?
What?
I don't know. It is an old Land Rover.
Also, look at the shit show at the back of this farm. Things escalated quickly.
I can't even... Look at this. Oh my god!
Oh!
Oh, let's go.
We stopped off in Horsham for the night, which is actually halfway between Adelaide and Melbourne, pretty much. And it's another one of those towns where we literally drove for hours and seen absolutely nothing, absolutely no one, and then massive towns would just appear out of nowhere. And Horsham was one of those. We had our tea and a couple of beers and then actually went to bed for the night because we were getting eaten alive by the insects, but also we needed as much sleep as possible before driving again the next day.
Oh man, look at
The delusion is going to go fucking next level once the sanity kicks in.
There's just a random bottle of stuff. Look at it.
So the reason why we went the more direct and inland route was so that we'd have the car in Melbourne for a couple of days before having to give it back. And so we actually then explored a little bit of Fitzroy in the city, but then carried on over to the peninsula and ended up staying in a place called Mornington. Mornington town was so nice. We actually ended up staying for a couple of drinks in the sun in a place called P&B, which is just a bottle-o, but then they actually have a bar outside, and we were just watching all the old cars go past and like right next to the beach, which the next day we actually went down to and just chilled out. I ended up getting in the sea, but it was actually surprisingly cold. I was not expecting to be cold in the sea in Australia, but there we are. And yeah, it was just perfect. A perfect end to our time with the car. Having then said goodbye to the car and given it back to Indie Campers, it was time to head to the hostel. It was a lush and very unexpected night, but it definitely made for a very hungover Christmas Eve. And so we actually just walked around St Kilda's, walked down to the front and the high street, seen all the different bakeries, actually stopped off in one and got a cake and a coffee. It was so lush, it was so good. Christmas Day definitely wasn't the traditional one that I'm used to. Started by FaceTiming everyone back home and wishing them a happy Christmas, even though for them it was still technically Christmas Eve. And then we actually went down to the bar in Nomads and had a buffet of mimosas with all the other backpackers. Luckily though, my friend from back home, Connor, and his partner actually live in Melbourne now, and he'd actually invited us round for Christmas Day, and so there was a big group of us and basically just had a few drinks and a barbecue. I was literally in a bikini top and a Santa hat, absolutely sweating, so not the normal Christmas day.
The butcher can do it.
Then mentioned a beach rave that all the lot from the hostel were going to, and I swear within a matter of 10 minutes we had Ubers ordered and we were heading to Port Melbourne to join everybody. Ending Christmas Day on a beach with a load of backpackers and a random beach rave was definitely not the traditional Christmas day, but it was insane and definitely one for the books. And so that's how we got here. Boxing Day, hungover, about to get on a Greyhound for 12 hours and make our way to Sydney for the rest of the trip.